Hello everyone, this is going to be a rather basic lesson on how to use chroma keying. I'm using Avid Studio here. Alrighty, and I am going to take, we'll just grab this guy here. If you notice, I have four different tracks here, and this is usually the one that I put my video on.
On perfect.
Alrighty,
She's fine.
there we are.
Wait, am I second?
You are going to be second. You're in front of.
Alrighty, so you have the area that you have, and I only want to put green screen in a little bit of this. So I'm going to separate this clip into three different parts: the introduction, the middle, and the end. Because I only want the green screen to be on that part. Alrighty, and then I need to pick a background, and I'm going to pick a background of our lovely, we'll go with this one. You will find out that we'll take a look here at different backgrounds. Now, if you notice, looking at this background real quick, this background is not the proper aspect ratio, but that's easy enough to fix. I could just go in here, go into pan and zoom, and I can just pan and zoom this down a little bit so that, voila, now it is the proper aspect ratio, and when I preview it here, it will look nice and dandy. Alright, so I'm going to move it down into my second layer, because remember, the camera is starting up here, and it is looking down through all the video layers. Now I need to add the chroma key effect, so I'm going to go in here to Effect, and I'm going to pick Studio Chroma Keyer. And that's simple. There it is working. It works quite well right now for me because I'm wearing a white shirt.
Apple green sheet, and you are.
Off the audio there. So it does do quite. Of course, I'm not in the scene. Here I am. There I am. So it does work quite well. You will notice up there in the back. Let's stop this. Chroma key does not like light backgrounds. If I was to come down here, whoops. If I was to come down here and I was to pick a different background, let's say this one here. Let's get rid of this guy here. Put this guy here. Extend him. Alright. You will see, since he doesn't have any white, great area of white in him, like that last one had, that gradation, that it works much better. Let's get rid of this guy here, and we can bring in the set. And you'll notice that the set has a white background there in the clouds. It's very light, and that may give us some issues. See it as I walk in front of the lights and I'm changing the light on the background. It changes the shade of the green and creates some small problems. Alright, another thing that we can do here, and let me pull up the. You will see here in this particular scene that we did here, I had two highly similar shades of green. And what I did to make it look better, if I click on here and I go into my chroma keyer, I can pick a different color that I don't want to be chroma keyed, pick the color that I do want to chroma key, hit apply. Now it's going to look for this color that was that piece that I held up, and it works much better. Here it is with that effect applied, and there it is without the effect applied, and you can see it is a slightly different color. Alright, I did the same thing with our friends in the shirt here. That is a special chroma key color that I picked. And I could have just gone with the default chroma key, in which case you see she wouldn't have chroma keyed that well at all. And then also in this one here, this is where I picked my color for the pink to chroma key. Right in here, use my color picker, pick the color, and away we went. And that is how you can pick the exact shade of chroma key that you need. This is how I did the pillars. If you notice right here, I have several different beach scenes, with or without the pillars, with 4 pillars, with 3 pillars, with 4 pillars and a beach, and no beach. And depending on which one I put where is how I made them appear. Remember, the camera is looking down. So when we get to this one here, the camera is looking through the 3 pillar shot, through our talent shot with Jelani. I have nothing in this track. And then this one here, I have the pillars and the beach together. And on this one here, I have the pillars, the 3 pillars, the 4 pillars, and the beach, so that I can walk in and out among the pillars. And that is how we work with layers. I did the same thing over here with this one here. I have the text layer, my object, and now my main video layer here, because I needed 2 video layers in front of it. My main video layer here is now down on track number 3 as opposed to track number 2, and then it comes back up. So you can move your video tracks up and down depending on how many objects you need in front of it or how many objects you have behind it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We're in another program. This is a more basic program. Pinnacle Studio. This is 11. I also have 12 in Ultimate. I think they're up to number 16 now. It's anywhere from $69 to $99, depending on which version you get. And it does do a lot of the bells and whistles, but it is kind of buggy here and there. So here we have our green screen with the balloons in front of it. And here we have our lovely clowns. Alright, I'm going to put in the clowns. Now, this one here works slightly different. Instead of going from the top down, it goes from the bottom up. So I need another video layer. I'll bring it in. It'll give me a video layer. I can also add my title layer. Alright, so there is my title layer. Alrighty, now I need to add the chroma key to my green background. I click on my effects, I go into my effects, I click chroma key here, and voila, now there we go. We have a 3-layer here. I have my title, I have my balloons, and I have my clowns. And again, it does have the picker here, so I can pick the color that I need to chroma key it. And when everything's said and done,
now practice this a million times and you'll be doing just fine.
Alright, and there we go. And
Now
that,
practice this
and that is chroma keying on a more basic scale. There. Alrighty, now the other question is, how do I remove the background? In my little example, I ripped the paper, but obviously you can't do that digitally. Here is my little picture of the sun, and I am using Paint.net, which is a free program. If I click on Tools, one of the objects here is my magic wand. I click on the color I want to get rid of, and I hit delete, and you'll notice this checkerboard in the background. That is an invisible background, or the alpha channel, alpha color, and there we go. Now, for it to save this, when I open this is a JPEG. For it to work in the studio, I need to save it as not a JPEG, but a PNG for Portable Networks graphic. Alrighty, and I'm going to replace the one I have just so you can see that it worked. And voila, there we go. Alright, and then actually I wanted to I am still in Paint.net, and this is how I built the set. Alrighty, I can very easily take the set away. Again, this is working in layers, and we're looking straight at it, and I can move the stuff around and make it disappear depending on which one I want, and I can bring them all back. Now you'll notice right now this has got the Philadelphia background. Alright, if I want to make it the newsroom background, I just bring the newsroom background up to the front, and that is my newsroom background. Again, it's working in layers, and once I have the shot that I want, again, I would do a file, save as, and this one here I would also save it as a PNG or a portable network graphic, and voila. I can then import it into my editor and use it as my background.